Welcome to Ready Set RC, and today we have the HPI Sport 3 Flux. This is the Audi E-Tron Vision GT version, and this is a ready-to-run 1/10 scale four-wheel drive RC, guys. It is 2S and 3S LiPo compatible. I believe you can run this on nickel metal hydride batteries, but I probably would not recommend it. It is just a way too power hungry system to be running on nickel metal hydride batteries. On this car, we have sealed metal gear differentials. We have a metal center drive shaft, and there are threaded coilover shocks on this car. One thing to note, guys, to get the 70 miles per hour on the box, you do need to buy this optional gearing. So what do you need to complete this RC? You need a LiPo battery for the car at a minimum of 30C, 3500 mAh is what's required. And that could be 2S or 3S capable. As I was stating before, you can operate this with a nickel metal hydride battery, but it has to be 3500 mAh as the minimum as well. I wouldn't recommend it, guys. This truck is best suited to be on a LiPo battery. And you need a charger to charge those LiPo batteries. Otherwise, everything else that you're gonna need for this car to get it up and running comes in the box. The dimensions on this car, the overall length is 431 millimeters with an overall width of 190 millimeters. Bought this RC from Chicagoland RC. Check them out, guys. You get 10% in your overall purchase. It's one of the best deals I have found online. So you get some bits, you get some tools, some links for the car, you get some HPI stickers, and then you get some stickers specific to the car, and you get a guide as to where to put the stickers that are specific to the car to make it resemble the Gran Turismo edition of this car. You get some information in regards to the app and the Fix-It card. This is reference to your warranty for the car and how to execute your warranty if you need to. You get an instruction manual for the TF41 and for the receiver, the RF41WP. This is telling you how to kind of set and check your controller if you're having any issues, binding it with the receiver and everything else dealing with the radio system. And here we are, guys, the owner's manual. And this is pretty extensive. It does come in black and white, but it is a very extensive manual, and it goes through what to do when you first get the RC, you're first putting packs in, how to set up the car, what to check for, checking your motor, setting your motor mesh, checking out your differentials. But I've gone through this with a lot of the HPI releases as of late. Go through and check it out for yourself, guys. It's a good read. And then we have the TF41, which is not a new controller. You know, it's one of those that we have seen quite a bit with the HPI RCs. Not only as of late, but back in the past. It is a great controller, guys. I've never had any issues with it cutting out. In regards to feel, it feels good in the hand. You have all your trim settings on here. It is a 3-channel controller. In regards to your dual rate, you'll have to use the screwdriver that's provided underneath in the battery box. It has an extended antenna, the on-off switch on the rear. Then you have your reverse switches up in the front. And this has, as I said, this has 3 channels. So you have your reverse switches for the first, which is your steering, your second, which is your throttle, and the 3rd channel. You have a nice foam wheel, takes 4 AA's, and here's the screwdriver I was talking about to make those changes settings to your dual rates. But here we are, guys, the HPI RS4 Sport 3, and this looks amazing, guys. What I want you to know too is when you first get the RC, check your rear body mounts. I noticed at the rear of my car, the mounts were probably a little bit too low. It would have caused some scraping on the first run, so I raised it up a little bit. I'll probably do some more checking before I actually hit the pavement with this, but I noticed it was a little bit too low. So check yours before you go for the first run. So the body has a good weight to it, guys. There's decals throughout this RC, but it feels good in the hands, guys. And all of these bits that you're seeing on the car, they are affixed with hex screws inside. Now what I am noticing is that there's a little bit of rubbing where the bumper was during the transport, but not much. You may want to do some body maintenance on this before taking it out in your first run, but it feels good. This has 2 pieces of Lexan that make up this body. You have the rear part of the car over here, and then you have the rest of the Lexan going on. For the wing, it is a hard plastic, and that also goes for the mounts to the car. And those are all fixed with hex hardwares as well. It just feels really good in the hands, guys. The body is done well. HPI really did a good job on this body. For the tires, they are not hard. They do feel good, guys. I mean, there is a foam insert in them. They do feel good. We'll have to see how much ballooning may occur with these tires, but the compound feels pretty good. For the covers that you do see on the wheels, they do come off. You pull them right off. You can see the mounting system over here on the rear, but it is just a cover on the wheel, and you guys can see what the wheel looks like underneath. And it basically just pushes through the spokes, and then you have your wheel nut going on inside. You have a nice foam bumper up here in the front. Then we have adjustable body mounts on the car. We're looking at a composite bulkhead on here with a composite shock tower. There are multiple adjustments on the top of the shock tower for the shocks, and only 2 adjustments on the suspension arm for the lower portion of the shocks. For the shocks, we have oil-filled, coil-over, screw-down adjustable shocks, and they are composite with a composite shock cap. We have composite C-hubs on the car. The links, the camber and toe links are fixed. They are composite as well. Dog bones in the front and also in the rear of this car. The center drive shaft is metal, but it is encased. We have a metal Ackerman bar on this car. We have a metal hinge pin retainer on the front and also on the rear of the car, and it's pretty thick, guys. We have sealed front and rear differentials on this car, and that is an optional part that you can buy. You can swap out the front and rear differentials for a spool. As for the center, we have a spool going on in the center of this car, and as we get to the rear, we have a composite bulkhead in the rear. The camper is also fixed. Those are composite links going on in the rear of the car. We have a composite shock tower, multiple adjustments above, 3 adjustments down below. No sway bars in the front or rear of this car, but it does look like you can put that in. No droop screws in the front or the rear of this car, but it does look like it does accept droop screws as well. We have a tub style chassis, and it is composite. Multiple adjustments on the body mounts in the rear. For the front and rear, we do have a difference in offsets between the two. It is a significant offset going on in the rear of the car. Electronics, we have a 4,000 kV motor, and that's paired up to what looks like a rebranded Hobbywing ESC. Coming off the ESC, we have Deans or T-plugs on there. I would have liked to have seen, with the power that's going on in this car, at least XT90s. We have a pretty sizable battery tray on this car. I've ran Hardcase 2S lipos on mine before, and they fit with no issues. The batteries would be affixed by a Velcro strap. And for the servo, we have a 20 WR servo, and that has an adjustable servo saver attached to it. Once again, we bought this RC from Chicagoland RC. Check them out, guys. You get 10% in your overall purchase. It's one of the best deals I have found online. So what's next for the RS4 Sport 3 Flux? We're going to do some size comparisons with this and some other 1/10 scale RCs in our collection, but we're going to leave it here. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram for our latest posts to the channel. This is Ready Set RC, signing out. Thanks again, guys.